Hello everyone, my name is Miss Ostby, but you can call me Zoe if you want to. Today I'm just going to teach you how to draw a simple face with Procreate specifically. This is a $9.99 one time, there's no subscription required, but it's a really good app if you're thinking about doing digital media. It has animation, it has Photoshop, drawing just basically on digital paper. It's anything that you want combined in one, and really there's no cons to it at all. So I would recommend you use this app. So to get started, obviously we need an artwork, a blank artwork. We don't want to start on any of these because you're barely starting. So for what we do is we press the plus button and it gives us different options of sizes. For us, we're just going to go square, 2048 by 2048 pixels. That is the most basic one, right? And it gives us this blank space here. With your two fingers or your middle finger and your thumb, that's what I like to do. You can go in to make it smaller, go bigger to make it bigger, obviously. And for what kind of utensils we're going to use, you just click this button, which is the brush button. You click it again so you can actually get the utensils. You have different options. You have sketching, inking, drawing, calligraphy, painting, artistic, airbrushing, textures, any kind of utensil or medium that you want to use. But for us, we're only going to be using sketching since it is only sketching a pumpkin face. I thought that would be pretty valid to use since it is October and it is Halloween time. I thought it'd be fun to create a little pumpkin face. So for us, we're only going to use 6B pencil, or if you want, you can use any of these. Derwent, Peppermint, Procreate, Technical, HB. But for me, I like to use 6B pencil. So to make different sizes, on the top you use this, make it smaller, make it bigger, but for me, I kind of want it smaller, or maybe half. It depends on what pencil you use. Sometimes it's like half could mean like very, very small like this, or any kind of thing that you want. And then the bottom is opacity. So if you don't want it to be such hard or dark, you make it lower, which is very valid for this because it is already very dark. So I'm gonna lower it to like 50%. So it becomes a little bit neutral. So for us, this is called layer 1. Usually people that use this app or any kind of app that has layers like Illustrator, they do a sketch first. So you could do this in black. This is the color picker. You can do this in red. Sometimes I see people do this in red. Or any other color that you want. You just pick whatever. For me, I'm going to do red because I feel like it. And I feel like it gives a more pop, more emphasis. So for a pumpkin, what do we usually think of? Well, we think of the outline shape, which is a circle, right? And this is more orange, which is not what I intended, but is actually very good. So I should have just showed you how to make a simple circle. That was my circle that I first made, right? Before I pressed it, let's do it again. Before I pressed it, like this is the random circle that I make, right? It's not the best circle, but it's okay. It's a pumpkin. But if you wanted a more even circle, all you do is draw it again. And once you get to the end point, you hold it. And once you see ellipse created in the edit shape, that means that you can create whatever you want. So these tension points or the bubbles at the ends of the sides of the circle, you just move it around or morph it however you want. You can also go on the line of the pencil, make it smaller by pulling in, and then outer by pulling out, makes it bigger. Or in the middle, you just move it around wherever you want. For me, I kind of want a medium size pumpkin. More bigger than that though. And whatever I want really. There we go. So if you don't want whatever parts of the face on the same layer, like say that you wanted the eyes on a different layer, all you have to do is click the plus button again, and you make the eyes, or an eye, for example. That is a very long, elongated oval, but I just did the tension point again, and I make it however I want, right? So that is your eye, right? But what if you didn't want to draw the same eye on the other side? Because usually when we do that, we mess things up, right? Like, that does not look like the same. And what if I wanted it to be the same? Well, all you do is, instead of just erasing it like this, you use your 2 fingers and go like this. And it keeps undoing it for you instead of just tapping this. So for making this the same kind of oval that I want, all I have to do is swipe left on that layer and duplicate it, right? And then that duplicated layer turns into this, and I can put it wherever I want with this arrow. And what if I wanted them to be the same layer? Well, all you have to do is take those 2 layers that you want, make sure they're close to each other, right? Because you don't want other layers that are from something else intertwined. So you take your pointer finger and your thumb and you close them together. Oops. Close them together. And now it's all one layer. It's pretty cool. And then for the nose, I was thinking a trapezoid or a triangle. So we draw it once again, like this. Right? Fixing with the tension points. And we use the arrow on this layer and move it around wherever we want. And if you want it to be smaller, you can always, when you're on the uniform, make sure you're on the uniform. If you want it to be distorted, then it will make it larger or just make it weirder. So make sure it's uniform, so it's all in the same size. So you can make it bigger or smaller, any kind of thing that you want. Right now, it's kind of looking like a face, so I'm trying to hurry up and make sure that we also have not only a nose mouth, but a mouth. So that's the nose, and then we make a new layer. And what kind of expression do I want? Well, for me, I kind of want it to be an angry pumpkin. So he's gonna look like this. But that's lopsided, right? That's kind of asymmetrical to the face. So all I gotta do is press the arrow and move it. And also this green thing, bubble, lets you move it around like so. And now I kind of don't want these all to be separate again. So all I gotta do is merge them together, like that. So that is all that I have to teach you today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something today. And if you have questions, please ask me in class tomorrow. I hope to see what you have created. And I hope to see you tomorrow.